Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I will show you guys one of the best thing that you ever going to get out of this video if you are interested in quail or raising quail, hatching quail, whatever you want to do with quail. Okay, so I've been searching around the internet and I have not seen anyone that doing a video like I'm about to do. Okay, so if you're interested in quail or you quail farming and all of that, I will show you how to hatch 100% female quail if you choose to, or you can hatch 100% male. That is up to you. Okay, if you are interested in just egg production, this is the way to go. Okay, this is how you're gonna find from the beginning, from an egg like this, how to tell if the egg is actually a male or a female. Okay, most of the eggs when it's laying out like this, it's already determined if the egg is a male or if the egg is a female quail. Okay, so you cannot change that, but the way that you can just look at the eggs and pick out the number of male and the number of female that you want to hatch, so that won't wasting your time to put in the incubator. For example, if you choose 100 eggs and put in the incubator, and 50 of that or 30 of that will be male, and that is not what you want. If you only want like egg production, you don't need any male, and that will save you a lot of room, a lot of space, and gain a lot more quail for your cage. Okay, look like I have a few fans right behind me inside the door, but anyways, these are the quail eggs that I just collected today out of my cage, out of my 30 birds, 25 birds or so from there. And I have been experienced for the last couple of months, and this has been 100% successful. Okay, and 100% right. Okay, so by choosing the eggs to hatch, any eggs that is round like this one, I'm gonna hold it like this, so the big end on top, the small end on the bottom. Okay, that is how you determine a good eggs that for you to hatch in general. Okay, so there are a few, like like you see how rounded this one is, and then this one has more pointy on the bottom of the eggs and a bigger top on top. Of course, the eggs is a little bigger too. So these are the type of eggs that you spend more time looking at before you incubate, if you want more male or you want more female. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a few seconds. Let's pick out a few more. By hatching the quail eggs, really the color of the eggs right here is not so much matter, unless you have like a soft shell egg or a broken or a cracking eggs like that. So it's not good for the incubator. But you want to choose a big egg. The bigger the better. Okay, the bigger the better. You don't want to put like a small eggs like this one, but the same, you can tell if this egg is a female, will hatch a female, or will hatch a male eggs out, a male bird out of this eggs. Okay, but like I say, the bigger the eggs will give you a bigger bird. You always want a bigger bird to produce bigger eggs. You don't want a small eggs and then it has like a tiny little one and it doesn't grow big, and then it's only gonna wasting your fee and time and effort and all that. Okay, so let's start by looking at the eggs. Okay, for example, this eggs, you can barely see which one is the bigger and which one is smaller. Just slightly. Okay, look this egg. So this is the bigger side and this is the little. Okay, that is just one example. And like this one right here, you know, the top and then the bottom, you can see it very clearly, but this egg is also rounded and this egg is more pointy on the bottom, just like that. Okay, there are, you know, different shapes, different sizes and all of that. So like this egg is perfect for the incubator as well. Okay, and here are more. I'm just gonna put everything out on here and then we're gonna go through a number of it just for you to kind of know exactly what you are looking for in an egg when you try to hatch. Okay. But then again, you are not going to have like a 100% hatch rate. Okay, so that's for that being said, if you want 100 birds, you probably need to hatch at least 100 and I would say at least 120 just to make sure that you have the exactly 100 birds. Sometimes you get up to like a 90% hatch rate or a 95 hatch rate, but that's kind of rarely. Okay, I've seen like, you know, about 90 or below, 90 to 80, 70. Some people don't do it right and they get like what, 10-20% of hatch rate, so that is not good. So make sure that you hatch more, make sure that you incubate more than what you need to begin with. Okay, so I'm gonna put all of these eggs out first and then I'm gonna go one by one for you to see. So this method will guarantee, okay, I'm using the word guarantee, you will get 100% hatching female or male bird that you choose. Okay, so this is a secret that I want to share with you guys for a very long time. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, let's start with let's look at the female eggs first. Okay, that means the eggs will lay or will hatch into a female bird. Okay, a female quail. Okay, so make sure that you're looking at an egg that are rounded on top, or the big end is rounded and the bottom is also rounded, but not, you know, every eggs have like a top and a bottom, a big end and a small end. But for example, this egg has the small end, but it's also a little bigger than normal. It looks more rounded excuse me. It looks more rounded than this one. You see, this one compared to this one. This one has a more pointy end to the bottom of the eggs. And okay, if you are looking for a female hatch bird, you are going to look for a more rounded small end. Okay, the small rounded end will give you a 100% female bird when this egg is hatched. Okay, and I'm gonna put it right over here. Hopefully you can see I got some plants going on right here. And let's get a male. Okay, now you can see this one is super rounded. Okay, it's a lot better than this one, but if you feel it, if you feel the end of this, you will actually feel like there's a small pointy that's kind of sticking out. It is not smooth. Okay, it's not smooth at all, even though it's rounded. Okay, even though it's rounded and you can't really see it much of the tip, but when you close your eye, if you can't really tell, close your eye and feel it right here, you will point, there's, you know, the tip, like the actual tip is actually pointed, and it's actually you can feel that bump. Okay, and that is the male egg, this is a male egg, and that this will hatch into a male bird when it hatch. Okay, and for example, go back to this one. When you feel it, when you close your eye, you feel it. It's actually smooth and it actually rounded. Okay, compared to this egg, you feel it, and there's like a small pointing at the end. It is kind of hard to describe unless you actually have an egg and you kind of feel it yourself, and you will know exactly what I was talking about. Okay, and again, this egg will hatch into a male, so I'm gonna leave it right over here. Let's move all the eggs over so you can see exactly. Okay, and this egg will hatch into a female bird. I'm gonna put it back here somewhere in this group, and the male up here. Okay, okay, this one you can see is also rounded. Okay, and this is a large egg too. Has a big tip and a small tip right here. This one, if you feel it right here, this one you notice right away. I mean, I can't barely see with my eyes if it's pointy or not, but it look unusual longer than normal. But when you feel it on the bottom like this, it's like a thorn is sticking out. But if you hold like this and kind of look at it regularly like this, you won't be able to tell. But once you feel it, it just, it's just sticking out right there. So this is a male bird. Okay, let's look at another one. This one is a smaller egg, but you can see one small tip and a large tip. Okay, so when you feel it, it's very, very smooth. It is smooth, just like the same way you feel it on top of here. It's smooth, but it has a bigger area for you to feel, and same way going down here, you feel it's smooth, but it's just smaller. Okay, so that is how you tell. If you can't really tell from the bottom or from the small tip, go ahead and rub the top of this, and you will able to tell the bottom of the eggs. Okay, and this is a female egg. Okay, more if you get an egg that like rounded like this one, top is round, small, the smaller tip is not so small. It's probably an 8 and a 10 up here, so maybe a 20% different. So this is a guarantee you will have a female bird. Okay, this egg is perfect for the incubator. Okay, you don't have to feel it, you don't have to do anything, and you just look at it and you will know exactly this is a female bird when it hatch. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it right here. There are a couple more like this one. Okay, this one look pretty rounded on top and bottom, but if you look closer, if I can hold like this, I can see like a small tip like right here, just pointing out like that. Hopefully you guys can see it here if I have it at the right angle, but right here is the tip. It's just pointing out like a thorn. I mean, you can tell it's a this one I don't even need to feel it. This one I can see it pointing out, sticking out. And this is a male egg. Okay, just go through a couple more and to see maybe a different type or different shape of bird. Okay, like this one has a big end, small end, but this one is also rounded. Oh, by the way, don't mistaken this little chips on here, because sometimes your bird have too much vitamin or too much calcium. They will have like chunks of thicker shell, kind of sticking on here. So don't mistake that for being the eggs is actually a male eggs. Okay, so make sure you look at it before you feel it. Okay, so this one, it feels very smooth, very rounded, and this will be a female egg. Okay, let's look at another one right here. Okay, right here, if you see, this egg is pretty rounded, but then the tip, it just point out, like, you know, it's sticking out like a sore thumb, and you can able to tell it right away, even though it looks very rounded compared to other female eggs. Okay, this one, man, it's just sticking out like this, and if you put your finger here, it's just sticking out like very much. You can see right there. Hopefully I can turn it at the right angle and you can see a little bit right there. Okay, it's just sticking out. So this is a male egg. Okay, well, that is all that I have for you guys today. I don't want to go through all of this, and these are not going to the incubator because it's not enough for me yet to put all of this inside the incubator. I'm gonna wait maybe another week or so before I get a whole bunch, and I'm gonna save it up and get, you know, a couple hundred within 5 days, and then I'm gonna put inside the incubator. And doing this process for every eggs that I collect. This has been in the fridge today, so you can see some of this is still kind of wet because I'm outside and the weather is kind of hot today, and it has some water on there. But that is how you can tell from the beginning. Okay, you don't have to waste a lot of time. Put all the eggs in the incubator, wash it or spray with disinfectant, put in the incubator for 15 days, and then take it out and wait another 3 days and then spend a whole bunch of money on feed and all that stuff and take care of them once they get like a week old. And that's, it's a long process time, and then you find out you get a whole bunch of male quail and not enough female for your cage. Okay, so that's waste a lot of time and money and everything else. Okay, using this method, I have been trying. I have very successful. What you see right here is only a few hundred of my quail inside my garage. I have another flock off site here, and this has been very successful for me, and almost 100%, not almost, but 100% correct doing this method. Unless you can't tell the difference between pointy or not pointy, and that is not count. But to me, I've been doing this for several months, and I have 100% successful and 100% correct doing this. If I want a number of males for my breeder, then I'll just incubate all the male, and then I'll collect all the female eggs on an incubator for just eggs laying production, and it is 100% correct. Okay, I really hope that you guys can learn something off of this video. If you are interested in the quail, like I say from the beginning, this is the method that you need to try at least. Okay, at least try, and then if you're not sure, just get a Sharpie and mark on here, and then when you hatch, kind of separate it, and then you hatch it one size male, one size female, to see how things will work out for you. Okay, and to see how you are correct, how many percent of you correct, and you kind of learn from there and go on until you get 100%. But if you're lucky enough, you can get eggs like this one that has pretty rounded bottom and pretty rounded top, or top bottom like this one, then you guarantee to hatch 100% female bird, if you don't know how to tell the pointed tip or not. Okay, I've been researching this for a long time. I've searching around the internet and all that. I have not seen anybody doing this at all. So if there's someone that's doing it out there, I don't know, and I'm not sure, but this is what I've been trying for a long time, and it works for me perfectly. Okay, and I hope that you guys can learn something off of this, and make it successful. I mean, I've been successful doing this, and I want you to be successful in hatching all this too. And don't waste any of your money, your time, and effort, and all that. Okay, that is all that I have for you guys today. And good luck, and please try it, and let me know how successful you get. Okay, I will see you guys on the next video, and that's it.